the Youth Forum at Norfolk Coalition of Disabled People.
The Youth Forum has been going for just over a year now. It's a place where we come and talk about disabilities and disability rights, because everybody in the Youth Forum is disabled.
I like about Youth Forum, meeting more new friends and to have lunch with them.
Youth Forum is great to have a chance to have new experiences in life that you haven't been used to, and new challenges.
Today we've learnt about animation, and in the past we've learnt that basically disability is normal, there's nothing to be ashamed about, and whether you've got disability or not, just get out there and you can do stuff. There's no such word as can't.
The Youth Forum was set up by and is supported by staff from the Norfolk Coalition of Disabled People.
The model we're using is based on the social model of disability. So we've brought a group of young people together and encouraged them to define what's important to them, what matters to them, what are the barriers that they face, and what activities do they want to do. So it's a self-directing group, and it's doing a whole range of things, from arts-based initiatives, drama, journalism, all sorts of things. But at the heart of it is young disabled people wanting to share the issues, the problems they have, and to draw strength from each other to address some of those.
Caroline and colleagues who support the Youth Forum have found that arts activities can provide accessible ways to explore a range of issues.
I wouldn't continue to do arts project if they said, no, that was rubbish, Karen, let's do something else. But they keep saying, this is fantastic, let's do more. You can tackle issues, you can still tackle it head on, but hopefully trying to remove the fear by approaching it by making a film or doing some drama or doing some art, however it is you do it. And we found it's a fantastic thing to do because it really does manage to incorporate all the members of the Youth Forum, and it still allows an opportunity for people who want to talk. There's other great things to come out of it as well, just like basic skills that they're learning, and I think the communication skills, again, it's really helped to enhance those. I think something where there's a product at the end is really fantastic because you can see what you've achieved. It involves the process, which of course is just as important, but you've got both, which is vital, I think.
And you can be as creative as you want in the report, so you might want to make a big poster.
Do you think that you're learning new skills at the Youth Forum?
Yes, but we can films. Films is one of the greatest techniques of communicating to outside the world. It helps us immensely to become more aware of what we are. It helps me in many ways in understanding how it works to be disabled.
I've learned how to animate, and I've learned how to make films, and I've just learned how to socialise more and become more independent and make more friends.
I feel that I've changed quite a bit. I've become more confident in what I do and that. I do talking more.
It feels like I'm now more proper, confident, and I know, because I used to be a little bit nervous, but I'm now out of the shower and more confident in getting involved and having fun.
When I first came into this group, I was all timid and shy, but now I'm like a flower bursting out of its skin, and you can't get rid of me. I'm so confident.
I've never really been out in the city without either my mum or dad or my friend. So it'd be nice to kind of have that freedom. And also it's great that Norfolk Coalition pay for transport to get us here, if otherwise we'd be in trouble.
Is it important for young disabled people to be supported to meet together?
Oh yes, I think it's particularly important because when you're young, you sometimes feel alone, and and you think that you're the only disabled person in your area, and then you find out about this group and you just think more positive about yourself, I think.
Is it important that the Youth Forum is supported by disabled adults from the Norfolk Coalition?
I think it's very important that they support us, because at the end of the day they've had experience of disabilities, and maybe our generation, we can sort of push that forward, what we've tried to work for over the past few years, and maybe we can improve disability rights for people who want to do certain things and can't. And I think that this is an ideal organisation to try and do that sort of thing.
If we meet older people that have disabilities as well, then we basically know what it's like and how to cope with it as we get older. And if they can cope with it, then I'm sure as we get older that we can.
Young disabled people are often looking for role models. If their only role models are people that are acting towards them like their charity cases and patronising and the rest of it, that's not a very good role model to follow. It's crucial for them to see that older disabled people can live independent lives.
Also, I think it's important for older disabled people not to become complacent and to get inspired by that energy of youth and those new ideas. It certainly stops us being stale. It keeps us on our toes, which I think is a really good thing.
Members of the Youth Forum have made presentations at NCODP's AGM, and Catherine is one of 2 young people who represent the Youth Forum on the Coalition's Board of Trustees.
I just thought it would be a challenge, and I thought it would be nice to have someone young on the team. We're trying to battle about these cuts, and obviously things are going to be harder for people even to go to college, so want to try and fight that to stop it happening, which is easier said than done.
The problem is that they're solving the deficit by attacking disabled people. We had a trustees meeting on Monday night. It was an emergency meeting to discuss the cuts. In order that the youth members of the board could access it, one of our staff members went to where they live, prepared them for the meeting, and got them to think about questions that they wanted to ask and contributions that they wanted to make. So we tried to create an atmosphere that was accessible, to make the meeting accessible to them. And in fact, some of the best contributions and the most interesting questions came from Catherine and Danny, who are 2 of our younger board members. So I thought that was a really exciting development. They've asked for somebody from the coalition to speak. So if some of you want to come over and join us at some point.
I'd like to.
Mark, the Chief Executive, takes a lead amongst staff and trustees at NCODP to actively support the Youth Forum.
I think it's absolutely fundamental that people like Mark, Chief Execs, or whether it's the Board of Trustees that are behind these projects, because otherwise they will fail, because they need to be supported. His knowledge and interest in what I'm doing is really important, because then that comes through me and then that goes to the group. And the group feed off it as well, because they like to see Mark. He's the big chief of a big organisation, and that's exciting when he's acknowledging what they're doing, and he's coming in and he makes an effort to get to know them and keep up with what they're doing. And he'll come to an event like today, and that's crucial, because again it's validating the group, and again it's always reinforcing them and their confidence and what they're doing. So absolutely essential, I would say.
Caroline, Rob and Coalition staff support members of the Youth Forum to think about leadership and to take on responsibilities within the forum.
That's it. Okay, brilliant.
I've learned how to lead the group of my own, and before I didn't know how to do that, so it's kind of brought my confidence up.
I think you've got to have good communication skills. That's one of the foremost things, because you need to be able to listen to people. People will have different views on disabilities and things like that, and it's important that everything's heard.
It looks good.
And can disabled people be leaders?
Yes, they can.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yes, without a shadow of a doubt. They should be given as much chance to lead activities as anyone else.
We didn't specifically think, right, we're doing a leadership project, what do we need to teach and what are leadership skills and how do we go about relaying them to the group? It was far more organic and it's very much user-led. It's about saying, we're here to support you and we'll feed in our ideas when you're not quite sure, and when you've got ideas we'll encourage you on. The leaderships will come out of that just naturally, I think.
Today, the Youth Forum is working on the animated sections of their latest film.
Yeah, the film's about disabled icons, and we've been interviewing different disabled people.
On Wednesday night we went to interview Matt Fraser and he was absolutely fantastic.
We're going to be interviewing David Proud. He used to be in EastEnders.
I began to think that I wanted to do acting when I first joined this group, and now that I've met Matt Fraser, that has given me more inspiration to do it.
Just because we're disabled, it doesn't mean that we can't do mainstream things, that we can't do normal activities. We can do them, but we just have to do them in a different way.
In January 2011, the Youth Forum launched their new film at Westminster. The audience included 2 MPs, 2 members of the House of Lords, the UK Children's Commissioner, people from national disabled people's organisations, and some of the people the Youth Forum interviewed to make their film.
The questions they were asking, they seemed really kind of on the ball with talking about representation and different bits, and I just hope that it kind of gives them the bug to go on and do lots more.
It's all our job to change the world for the better.
I never felt that because of my disability I wouldn't be able to do it. I just felt anything is possible.
I would like to do a link from my website to your details, because I think other young people with and without disabilities need to understand what you've done and need to learn from it.
Yeah. So do you think that society sees disability as a weakness?
Yes.
Yeah. I think society is our weakness, really. The fact that the way that some people treat us, and the fact that, you can't do this, you can't do that, and I think that's the main weakness that we have to deal with.
Well, what we wanted to achieve was a promotion of the Youth Forum as a whole, but also a chance to tell politicians here in Westminster what we really thought and what our opinions were.
If we can spread the word about how disabled people deserve, need and want equality and a voice, then hopefully something's good has come good of today. So if you pass it on to just a few people, they'll pass it on to other people, and maybe that's how the word should spread.
What I've enjoyed the most is the energy of young people and the different perspectives they bring, and I think they re-energise the organisation. I think the organisation is richer for having that involvement, and I don't underestimate that. And it means that we're much more representative.
Is there anything you'd say to other DPOs who might be thinking of doing work like this?
Get on with it. Don't just talk about it. Do it. It will transform what you do, and it's important you bring in those new experiences.
I'd say don't set yourself limits. Believe you can do it, and you can.
I like a forum because it's one step to get my voice heard in public. Because if I have my voice heard in public, I'll be much more confident in myself and in my life, so I can learn what's going on.
I love the Youth Forum. It's really good coming here and making friends and meeting new people and stuff, and just learning about each other's disabilities and stuff's been great.
Has it changed your life?
Yes.
I'd recommend that if anybody is watching this film now and is considering joining, I wouldn't think about it. I'd just come and join us, because it's a brilliant organisation and you'll get to learn a lot of new skills and meet new people as well.